What is going on, guys? You died again here, and we are back with part 2 of the Crucible guide. This path here, 7.2 bosses. First up, we got Mold Man with Bleed Vulnerability. So easy fight here with Weapon X. Pretty much, if he has a bleed on him, you do more damage. So this is the obvious choice right here, and he does have the unstoppable node. So make sure when that timer goes all the way to the end, you far away, so that way you go unstoppable. And it does have combo party, so make sure you do not get hit. Easier said than done with these inputs, but that's a story for another day. You can bring any champion that does inflict bleeds. I just chose to use Weapon X. I wasn't using him for anything else in the path anyway. I didn't plan on it, so I just might as well give myself an easy chance and use as few revives as possible. So I opted just to use Weapon X for here. And pretty much, once he gets to bleed, you just go to town on him, beat him up. It's better to use a mutant champion that doesn't inflict bleed. I'm pretty sure Archangel probably does pretty well here. Even a 5-star version you can use. One thing I did find out after I started doing these paths is, well, at the end of this path, after I beat the Gwen Master, you pretty much exit out the quest, and you can start over and do the second half of this. So the champions that you use in this first path, you can use in the second path. And I did a spreadsheet when I first heard about this, and I used all different champs. I didn't use the same champs, not even once. So I'm probably going to plan my second run of this, which I'll be doing today, and the video will be dropping tonight, a little different, because now I can use Kitty Pryde, I can use Nick Fury again for the second half, so it should make it a lot easier. I did not, it's a couple of videos I didn't record on here, and that's Mcoc and Dragon Man. The Mcoc fight, I got a phone call during that video, so I just decided not to post it. What was the point? With Mcoc, it's pretty simple though. Use red max, parry heavy, till you get SP3, 40 prowess. It takes like 2 of those, depending on your rank, maybe 3. 3 SP3s, and he's pretty much down. Pretty solid, easy fight. It's kind of brainless, he's metal. So for this fight, I opted to go with Silk. I think he has unblockable specials, and he has that fervor thing, that fervor charge. So when you use a special attack, it removes 10 fervor charges. And then if it hits 0, you take a burst of damage. And plus, he has unblockable specials, which are easy to dodge most of the time. But I just use Silk anyway, just in case I mess up on the deck, so I have a drop input, just like you're seeing right there. Again, I parry, and the thing didn't register as a parry. I don't know what's up with this. Like, I'm just getting tore up right here. I don't know what's up with the game and the inputs, but they really need to take a hard look into that, because it's like becoming unplayable at times. And I was playing here on a tablet, and then it got so bad on my tablet that I had to switch to my phone actually. And this is the fight that I switched to my phone after, because I kept getting hit for no reason. And then when I was doing the Mcoc fight, I pretty much got a phone call that kind of messed the video up. And I can't put it on Do Not Disturb because I'm pretty much on call 24/7 with my job. And of course I died right there because I couldn't dex the easiest special it is in the world to dex. Like I said, the inputs, man, on this game is just horrible. In my experience, I don't know if anybody else is experiencing the same thing, but this fight is pretty simple. Only thing he really has is unblockable specials. And then the fervor, as long as you stay close to him, you can get as many as you want. I don't think there's a limit. At one point I had like 20. I dropped the special and it dropped down by 10, and I didn't take any damage. So as you can see, when you get further away, they start falling off. So just hit them as much as you can, try to get as many charges as you can, and then it's pretty much a real simple fight. It's not really that difficult to do. The next fight was going to be Mcoc, but like I said, I got a phone call, so I didn't record the video. But use red max, special 3 spam, and that's pretty much it for that fight. Alright, so for this next fight, I think it's Guardian, I don't remember. Let's see who it is. Yeah, Guardian. So this one, it pretty much, he increases his special damage based on how many armor ups he have. And the node is power The one where you get the specials does 400% more damage. So you pretty much, your basic attacks do no damage and your specials do 400% more damage. You can use plenty of champs here. I just opted to use Mcoc. The reason why I use Mcoc, Mole Man, is because he has guaranteed crits on his special if you are in frenzy mode. One thing I did, if you see right there how you auto block that, so you want to kind of throw his special when he's stunned. And that's how I pretty much got around the auto block. You can use CGR here, any armor break champs, no, I'm pretty sure I do well. Or any champs that has a hard hitting special too, they'll do very well here. Do not throw the special one because the shot really doesn't do anything. I just threw it to test it out to see would he auto block it, and he didn't. So then I just pretty much cut my frenzy charges up, and then I just hit all SP2s. That's pretty much easy, simple for this fight. As long as you know how to dex this SP1 and SP2, you shouldn't have a hard time with this fight. But like I said, depending on who you already used in the past, if you haven't used any of your cosmic champions or any champions that armor break, this is probably a good time to bring an armor break champion right here. So I just decided to use Mcoc because, like I said, guaranteed crits on the SP2 and it's 400% more damage. So why not? And plus I got experience using Mole Man against Guardian in the Alliance raids. I don't know why I keep calling that man Mcoc, but Mole Man. So this is the reason why I decided to use him. But like I said, you can bring any champ. This is a pretty simple fight. I'm pretty sure Red Mags will probably work here too. But if you use Red Mags in the previous fight with Mcoc, then you won't be able to use him unless you got the 5 and 6 star kind of high sig or maxed out. Not even high sig, he doesn't even need a sig. If you have him maxed out, then you can use both of those. That's another thing you can do in this Crucible. You can bring the same champ, but it has to be different rarities. So like if you have a 7-star Mole Man, a 6-star Mole Man, and a 5-star Mole Man, you can use all 3 of those in the same quest. It just can't be the same exact champ that you already used because they get eliminated in the nose. So one thing to keep in mind, if you got multiple copies of the same champ, especially the 5 and 6, the 6-star version and the 7-star versions, especially if they ascended like Crucible. Some people got 7-star Crucible and 6-star Crucible. You can use her twice. So that's another option. And then like I said in the beginning of this video, once you complete the Gwyn Master and you exit out the quest, you'll get 50% complete. You get your crystal, and then you can go back in and use any champ pretty much starting from the beginning. Because the champs you used before, you can still use them. So like I said, pretty simple fight. Wasn't that bad. This next fight, so I didn't do this whole thing revivalist. I aim to do revivalist, but I'm not gonna keep starting over until I get a perfect run. I'm just never gonna do that. So this fight, he has the whole thing where you need to have prowess. So you need to bring a champs that has prowess, and it can't be metal, of course, because if you metal, if you bring a metal champ, you're not gonna have a good time. So I'm like, okay, I can bring Storm. OG Storm, she gains prowess like crazy. It'll be real easy. He does have unblockable specials, and his specials are reversed from Red Max. So his SP1 is Red Max SP2, and his SP2 is Red Max XP1. And I can't believe I actually said that without messing it up. But pretty simple fight. This is not hard at all. But I wouldn't have my name if I didn't do what my name says. And I'm gonna die a lot in this fight. Simple fight. See, easy. Easy to dex the SP1. Real simple, right? Oh, I dexed it again, easy. And then, I don't know what happened, pretty much. I'm speeding this up because this fight was really long. I died like 4 times. But I dexed the specials pretty easy. And then all of a sudden, I couldn't dex his SP1. Right there, I got hit with the SP1 and died. Okay, I revived. So then I decide, you know what? I'll probably just push him to the SP2. SP2 was much easier to dex. And then if you see the skipping in the video, that was actually my device like freezing. Like it's really bad on my device. I don't understand why it does that or what's going on with my device. I don't know if it's just too old. Right there, I pushed him to the SP3. I didn't bait his SP2 out. I was trying to rush to get it done. Do not do that. Of course, he kills me with the SP3. Then we go back in again, and the same thing happens. He hit me with his SP1 like twice. I died. And I finally eventually get him down in this fight. So the fight after this, I think the other fight, I did not record was Dragon Man. But I did use Spider-Man 2099 for that fight. So the only thing that Dragon Man has is stunning reflection, kind of. So you cannot parry him and you cannot stun him at all the entire fight. That's one thing to be aware of. I did use 2 revives on that fight. One reason, because I'm a total idiot and I threw an SP3 with S2099 and I forgot that SP3 stuns. Now I haven't played 2099 in probably over a year, but I did use him a lot when he was good for war. And pretty much what you want to do is how you play him in war, the same thing. You know, Dex. With Dragon Man, you want to Dex his specials and then take the hit on the tail. You block the hit on the tail to get that debuff on you. You got free will, power healing the whole fight. And then once you take that hit on the tail, you pretty much hit him with a heavy. Do the same thing, hit him with 3 heavies, you get 3 exhaustions. Then you will start reversing his power gain pretty much. Off the SP1, you get into physical vulnerability, and then you drop your SP2. And then just hit into his block and get those rupture bursts. Just make sure you're refreshing your little buff that you get when you dodge. And then keep chaining heavies if you can. And then just keep hitting into his block and he'll go down maybe in about 2.5 minutes. That fight is over with. It's a pretty simple fight with S2099. And another reason I died on that Dragon Man fight was I dexed. And instead of dexing, he actually parried. And once you get parried by Dragon Man, or you try to parry him, he's gonna hit you until you die. So just be wary of that. This fight with Tiger was pretty simple. It has heavy assault. So champions take 500% more damage when you're landing a heavy attack. Real simple fight. Punish your SP1 with the heavy. Nice crit right there. I opted to use Spider Gwen for no special reason. She doesn't have any abilities that she's gonna shut down. I don't have to worry about slow or anything like that. She does have that right there, which you just saying. And if you have Tiger in the corner, they're not going to gain power. You can just spam heavy and pretty much probably melt her way faster than what I did. Nice 75k, I think it's a 75k crit. So pretty much heavy assault. Bait her specials out and then get the heavy spacing right and then punish her special with your heavy. That's pretty much all you got to do. I will mainly focus on hitting heavy attacks just like that because they do way more damage. You can throw a special or 2 if you want to. I could have easily punished her special right there and throw an SP2 like there. Then you get the stun, you throw a couple of heavies, and pretty fast fight. I think it was sub like a minute. It was real easy. And you don't have to bring a science champ. You can bring any champ that has a hard hitting heavy. I mean, it doesn't even really matter with the heavy. It's heavy assault, so. Real easy fight right there. This next fight, Venom the Duck, he has the critical setup, and he also has to know every time you hit him with a critical hit, he gains an unblockable charge. I'm used to fighting with champs that's unblockable, unstoppable. I don't got used to that by now, but back in the day, it used to pretty much mess me up. So I decided to bring Hitmonkey for this. Dealing with unblockable, it used to be a pain in the butt back in the day, but I got a little better, polished my skills a little bit, and I do get hit a few times in this, but it's not really that bad. You just pretty much hit into their block. Another thing, a trick you could do is you could hold your heavy for like a second. And when they rush at you, sometimes they'll just throw their heavy and you can punish their heavy. It doesn't work all the time, and you gotta have a quick reaction time for that, but you could do that. And since it's critical setup, pretty much, you know, Hitmonkey pretty much has guaranteed crits. But essentially, if you do use Hitmonkey, I'm just giving you a warning. He's essentially gonna be unblockable the entire fight. But the way to get around unblockable, like I said, is to pretty much push him to SP1, bait the SP1 and punish it. Another thing is, so if you hit him like 5 times with 5 crits, he gets 5 unblockable charges. And every time he throws an attack, it takes 1 away. His SP1 has 3 hits, so that would be 3 charges taken away. I wouldn't recommend pushing him to SP2. It's not really that hard to dex. It's only 2 projectiles you gotta dex. But with these inputs, your dex might fail or it might drop. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. I would just recommend sticking to SP1, baiting his SP1. And I'm pretty sure the champions that can do this fight way easier. I just wanted to use different champs. Like I said before, when I initially planned this out, I thought you could only use the champ 1 time for all 68 fights. I did not know that once you come out the quest and go back in, that you can use the same champs you used in the first part. So that's the reason why I use Hitmonkey in here. I did not learn that until after I beat Gwenpool. Gwynpool, same champion. Anyway, I got hit right there. I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, Mcoc has guaranteed crits pretty much, so you don't have to really worry about critical setup. But you can use any champ because it's the way that the critical setup is. I think you have to use the same attack that you used before, and you get a guaranteed crit. As you can see, that little white X in the bottom of my health bar right there. But like I said, Mcoc is real easy. It's a pretty simple one shot. Ain't that bad. Plus, you want to challenge yourself just a little bit and learn how to play with a champion that's pretty much unblockable the whole time. Here's a nice little challenge for you. And then you can learn how to get around unblockable. Then you don't have to worry about unblockable modes anymore because you know how to play around it. I don't know why that SP1 was catching me like that. At least the whole thing didn't catch me. I probably would have died. But we ended up knocking him down. Pretty simple fight, not that bad. Alright, this next fight was Punisher 2099. Now he has the node that Blade had. I don't know if you remember if you was playing the game then. I think it was Eternity of Pain, the surge charge. Pretty much what that does is once he gets a certain amount of charges, as you can see right there, the prompt, if he gets too many, when he throws a special, he will not lose power. So like say he throw an SP1 and he has a lot of surge charges up, he's gonna keep that SP1. He's not gonna drain his power. He can throw them back to back. And as you know, Punisher 2099 does a lot of damage. He has a lot of block penetration into your block. You can use King Groot here, and you can use Deathless. It doesn't really matter. I just use King Groot because I know how tanky he is. And the other note it has is once they gain a bar of power, you gain a bar of power. But when they use a bar of power, you lose a bar of power. So you could usually what I did on this fight was I just spam SP1 to get those armor breaks going. So as you know, those are permanent as long as you have a Fury up. And the more armor breaks the champion has, the harder he's going to hit, especially with the longer fights. The King Groots excel at longer fights because pretty much the Furies is constantly getting ramped up and the regeneration. But if you want to play this different, what you could do is get your SP1, hold block, bait out his heavy, and then once he gets SP2, you could throw your SP2 and kind of gamble with that. I think the SP2 is actually, I think you take less damage on the block with SP2 because you could dex that last projectile. But if you want to get this fight down quicker, you could try with that. Like I said, hold block, let him hit into your block, and once he gets 2 bars of power, you have 2 bars of power, you can throw the big SP2 with Furies up. If you're using King Groot, the poisons. If you're using Deathless, the incinerates. But I just decided to go with the SP1s. But see, I was seeing the numbers I was satisfied with 20k on the hits and stuff like that. That was fine with me. So I feel like I didn't need to ramp him up and just hurry up and get him down. And that's pretty much what I did. But you can use any champion on here too. As long as they got decent physical resistance, then you won't even have to worry about all that block penetration. So if you do have a King Groot, dust them off, use them here. Pretty fun to use. It's nice to use different champs where you're not using the absolute top champs on every fight. It's nice to use different champs every once in a while. And I think I have one more fight here. It was only 2 fights where I had difficulty with. That was the white mask you seen earlier, and then Void. That Void was just, oh my god, that was a hard. You will see when the fight comes up. But whatever you do not bring the champion that I decided to bring. I should have stuck to my spreadsheet and used who I should have used, but I didn't. I decided to go with somebody else, and I paid for that dearly. Alright, so this next fight is Nova. It's pretty much power drain. It's power drain him, and then he'll get a degen. That's the only thing you need to know. Obviously, the best champion, in my opinion, to use for this one was Doom. As you will see right there, when I power drain him, he started degening. That's pretty much all you gotta do. This is a straight up Doom cheese. So if you have not used Doom yet, use him here for an easy one shot. The 5-star Doom will work. Hell, probably even the 4-star Doom will work. This is pretty simple fight. And you can pretty much do your whole Doom rotation on here, especially with the relic. If you got the relic, you can pretty much shoot up to an SP3 pretty fast. and then just do your doom rotation. You'll be power draining him the entire time, and he'll be degenning. So pretty simple fight. This Nova is not difficult at all. Initially, I was going to use Dragon Man, but then I read the notes, and I just decided to go with Doom instead because Doom is much easier to do this fight with. It's pretty much a Doom cheese. And then I'll let this fight play out, and then I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright, so we got Nova down. Pretty simple, not that bad. Almost a full yellow bar of power. The next fight, I-Bomb. So I think he has the meltdown. So that meltdown is the little timer and hurt locker and enhanced special 1. So if he hits you with any part of his special 1, he'll power drain you. And with the meltdown node, you pretty much have to transfer it to him when it's about to expire. The way you do that is you throw a special. But the thing is, you have to throw a SP1 and then an SP2 or SP3. You cannot throw the same special in a row. So I opted to use Overseer here. And the reason why he's so good for him, because he's poison immune. And with Overseer's kit, every time he's immune to something, he retaliates, which essentially builds up his gamma charges faster, which allows you to go into cosmic mode a lot faster. So anytime I see an I-Bomb on a map, my first thought is Overseer. He's an absolute cheese on here for him. And of course he's unblockable right here. You just dex it out. And if you do need free willpower healing, just hit into his block and then you'll get like a petrify or a weakness debuff on you. I think a weakness debuff. Yeah, you get a weakness debuff on you and you could pretty much get free healing. Now the thing you want to keep in mind is that icon next to that cosmic icon. That's the meltdown timer. And you kind of want to transfer that as soon as it's about to expire and you put it on I-Bomb or on an opponent you're facing. And that way you won't take damage. But the thing is, with that is, if you wait too long and it expires, you take damage. So you kind of want to time your specials to line up with that. The thing that makes this fight, it's not really difficult, but what makes it kind of annoying is you have to use alternating specials. So SP1, SP2, or SP3. So you got to keep that in mind. If you do throw an SP1 and that meltdown timer is about to expire, then you're pretty much in trouble, all right? So just keep that in mind and then baiting out opponent specials. Sometimes they don't like to throw specials, so keep that in mind as well. It gets a lot. It's not a lot to juggle, but it's a few things just to keep in mind when you're fighting this champion or during this fight. So now I have the SP1, but my SP2 is not ready. So now I have to bait out his special, and then that timer is about to expire. So that's what I was talking about right there. But lucky, I think I got it off in time, so I was good there. But that's the thing. That's pretty much the only thing you have to watch out for this fight. And please make sure you bring a poison immune champ. If you do not bring a poison immune champ, he's going to melt you. And you only have one champ, so you can't bring like a Hawkeye synergy and then be poison immune. So you can bring a Hawk, the Overseers. I'm not sure all the champs. I think Man Thing is he's not poison immune. But whoever's poison immune, Warlock, bring those champs, and then you should have a good time with this. Cause you see he threw his SP2 and he got acid burn. I don't have to worry about acid burn because I'm poison immune. So if he does throw an SP2 and you get close to him, he's pretty much gonna melt you. So this is the time to bring out your poison immune champs and then just do what you gotta do and get this fight over with. All right, I'll let the rest of this fight play out, and I'll see you guys in the next fight, which is pretty awful. All right, so we finally got this guy down. Also, if you do play Overseer, spam light attacks, pretty much. That's how you get all that burst damage. I wasn't doing that. So this fight right here, I didn't mess up on this fight, and I didn't get the, I didn't die, but the thing about it was this fight was pretty long, because you know, Man-Thing has that physical resistance, and this No has life transfer and power shield. So your special attacks do 400% more damage, and the only way you could do damage to him is pretty much through special attacks. So I use Hawk here. And I was gonna do his rotation with the SP1, you know, stun lock, but Man-Thing has so much physical resistance, or he's so tough to kill, that the SP1 spam would not work. So I just opted to go for SP1s and SP2s. I did get pushed to an SP3. Pretty simple fight. It's not really nothing to explain here. Just bait out the specials and use those specials. That's pretty much it for this fight. It's pretty simple. I'm pretty sure you could use any champ here. That's poison immune too. I mean, his poisons don't really tick for that much. They don't really do that much. Of course, you want to bring champions that have hard hitting specials, not CGR, because he's armor break immune. So any champions that have high dealing special tools, and he has high energy diet as well. That's the icon you see, the pink icon. So you don't want to bring any energy champs. Of course, because I think he has a weak energy resistance. So of course they throw the high energy diet on there. So you want to bring champions that inflict physical damage only. I'm pretty sure Silk will probably be really solid here. Photon, no, because she has energy attacks. I believe she has energy attacks. But yeah, Hawk will do fine. This is the fight I was talking about earlier. Initially, I was going to bring, when I first did this, I did it with Nick Fury. And it was pretty easy. I got the one shot, but I used Nick Fury earlier. I could have brought the 5-star. I don't know why I didn't. But I was thinking, hey, I'll just use a Black Cat. She puts on bleeds like crazy, right? Well, no. I don't know if this No has like ability accuracy reduction or what it was. But man, it was pretty awful. So I could not get the bleeds, and he has set up and spike, so you have to have 6 debuffs on him before you can knock him down, and he takes a burst of damage. But I just could not get her bleeds going, like no matter what I did. And I know the way that you play Black Cat, you want to switch the card and everything like that, but you can't knock him down unless he has 6 bleeds, so you can't switch the card that way. Another way is to punish their special attack. So I tried to do that and throw the SP2 to get the sabotage. Once I got that up, he pretty much kind of shrugged it off. I don't know what happened with that. So maybe I just didn't read the nose right, but whatever you do, just do not use Black Cat. If you got Nick Fury, bring Nick Fury. Black Widow, Daily Origins for her shocks, I think she'll work. Anybody that can put a lot of debuffs in a short amount of time, over 6 debuffs, I think they'll do pretty well here. Like I said, I think the easiest champ to use is Nick Fury. So if you want, bring him out. Mole Man, I wouldn't recommend, because I don't think his bleeds will last long enough unless you're in Frenzy. And then you gotta knock him down to pretty much get in Frenzy. So you don't want to do that. I think Black Panther, I think his bleeds might stack up to more than 6. I think you can get more than 6. I don't play Black Panther like that. But I know he does bleed. He does inflict bleed, so maybe that'll be another option. But this boy pretty much took me for like 4 or 5 revives, because I just thought that Black Cat would be able to do this pretty easily, and boy was I wrong. So yeah, it took me like 5 revives to kill him, but we got it done eventually. No harm, no foul. It's like whatever. Let's move on. All right, so this Platinum Pool. Now I remember fighting this Platinum Pool when he first came out. And I did not use Warlock the first time, and I had to actually quit out the quest and start over again because I wasn't putting enough debuffs on here. And right here I'm thinking like, maybe I should use Warlock. It'll be easy just to get it over with. But I was like, oh, I could use Red Skull. He has heal block, and then he has shots on the SP2. Plus I haven't used Red Skull yet. Now this should be pretty simple fight. And I did pretty much get the one shot on him. It just took a lot longer than I wanted it to. So the way he works is he has that little pink, you see that pink icon, the snack charge. What a snack charge pretty much is, if you like parry him or put a debuff on him, he'll shrug that debuff off, and then he'll gain the snack charge. Well, you want to have 10 snack charges before that timer expires, or if you don't, he'll get a big, really big regen. If he has 10 or more, then he'll gain a degen. So parries do work for a snack charge. Red Skull's heavy. It does work. It's a heal block. It's a debuff. So he'll eat that debuff. He'll eat the parry debuff, and he'll eat the shock debuffs. And that's pretty much all you gotta do. Now, you want to just get through this real easy and don't have to worry about anything. Just bring Warlock. You don't even have to worry about putting debuffs on him. Just get an infection on him and then just do what you gotta do until the fight is over with, pretty much. Warlock is by far the easiest champ to use. I thought about bringing Omega Sentinel in, but because she has the heal block, pretty much you can pick the pre-fight and medium heal block. But I think he'll eat those charges, so I wasn't sure about her. So I just decided to bring Red Skull. And this fight could be done in pretty much half the time. Or you could pick a champion that does a crap load of debuffs real fast, like Black Widow Daily Origin, Shuri. I'm pretty sure Shuri could do this pretty easily because pretty much parry, 5-hit combo, parry, 5-hit combo, SP1. That's 10 shocks right there, and he'll shrug all those off. And that's pretty much it. So you do have options if you don't want to use Red Skull. This is who I use. I wouldn't recommend using him. Like I said, Warlock, Shuri, Black Widow Daily Origin, Nick Fury, Mole Man. Anybody that can inflict a lot of debuffs pretty fast, I'll be the best option to use here. You just want to get 10 debuffs on him before that timer expires, and then you're pretty much good to go. But this fight took maybe like 3 or 4 minutes to do. So this guy is also a guy, the champions that I use that failed and were not so good, and champions that were absolutely easy to do. So if you are following this guy, now you know pretty much what Red Skull could do. It might take a while, but it is possible to do it with him. But if you haven't used your Warlock yet, or champions that inflict a lot of debuffs, you probably have an easier time on bringing them, because this is the last fight before Grandmaster. So if you haven't used Warlock yet, bust out that Warlock. It's way easier to do this fight. You never have to worry about putting debuffs on him. As long as you got an infection up on him, then you can do what you got to do. Alright, I'll let the rest of this fight play out, and I'll catch you guys in the last fight. Alright, so we finally got Platinum pulled down. The fight took a lot longer than it should have. But finally we get to Grandmaster. So I haven't done this fight since it came out. Whenever Act 7 came out was the last time. That's what I was talking about right there with the notifications. That's why I didn't record the other 2 videos. But anyway, I haven't done this fight since it came out. And I didn't have Professor X at the time, but he is reverse controlled immune. So if you're having a hard time with that, I highly recommend bringing Professor X. And the way she works is she has the Emma Frost phase. So you pretty much have to dex SP1 when she has more power than you in order to get the Furies. But she has to be in her form. I believe she has to be in her form. But I'm not sure the actual prowess wasn't even working. It was just weird. But if you want to pause the timer, intercept her to pause the timer. But the good thing about this Grandmaster is it's juiced. So it doesn't even really matter if you complete her prompts or not. And of course I take damage right here. I'm like, what the heck, man? What is going on? I forget about the mind control thing. Now I'm not sure if the mind control was again with the thing. I'm not sure if the mind control was messing with her. But pretty much right here is where you want to intercept. And then just do what you gotta do. This fight was pretty simple. I should have got the one shot. Of course I didn't get the one shot, and you'll see why here in a minute. But right there, you can pause the timer right there. And he's hitting pretty hard because it's juice node. And I think it's some more nodes that she has. I'm not sure. I ain't even read. I just kind of remember what to do in this fight. And we don't even make it all the way to the final phase because we're doing so much damage to her. And that's where I think the prowess thing helped. I almost pushed her to an SP3. Thank God I didn't. And of course you don't take no damage right there, but then she goes to her next phase. It's the kill marker phase, the counter punch. And what you want to do is just intercept as much as possible. And you do not, I repeat, you do not want to knock her down with a special, whatever you do. And for some reason, I don't know why he did a heavy in the middle of a combo. I don't know if I just pressed the buttons too fast and that's what happened. And I could have easily got the one shot here. But I don't know what happened. I was just being impatient. And right there, I got caught in a double dash back and she killed me. That could have been an easy, just one shot, easy solo. But this Grandmaster is not that bad. She does have juice. Use a 20% revive and just go back in. Now the reason why I said you do not want to knock her down with a special, you're about to find out here in a minute. I forgot all about that. You can't do that. But on this phase, if you do get to this phase, just intercept. And then you don't want to hit into her block when she's holding block because she goes unstoppable, just like Killmonger pretty much. Just bait out her specials, go in, punish. And every time you intercept her, I believe you get a Fury. Then right here, I don't know why I threw that. I honestly don't know why I threw a special when it's in Killmonger phase. But I should have killed her right here as well. But of course, I didn't want to intercept her when she had a bar of power, and then she gets power gain pretty faster. And then right there, I throw a special. I don't know why I threw a special. You do not want to throw a special when she's in that Killmonger phase. So just keep that in mind. That could have easily have been a one shot, but I ended up using actually one revive on her. I think that was two revives, the second revive, right? 2 revives on her, which is not bad. But juice node, that should have been an easy one shot. I cannot blame that on the game. That was just all me. Pretty much my fault for being stupid. And then we finally get her down, and that will be the end of the first half of the Crucible. I am going to start working on the second half today. I just finished work. Just need to relax for a little bit, and then I'll start recording my videos. And that's going to be the end of the video, guys. I will catch you guys tonight for part 3. It'll be 7.3 bosses. Hit that like and subscribe. It's free. It don't cost you a thing. Only take a couple of seconds. And I'll see you guys in the next video.